Relay for Life in Speedway started in 2007. It was originally held at the Speedway Junior High, and it's been over at this park at Leonard Park for the past 4 years. In 1985 in Tacoma, Washington, Dr. Gordy Klatt did a relay for himself, and he raised money for the American Cancer Society. He raised $27,000 that first year. So the representation of what we do with Relay for Life is that we walk for 24 hours to represent that cancer never sleeps. And that is why our event is held for 24 hours through the park and through overnight. We have not met our goal. We are probably going to be around 60,000 at this point right now. We're not even halfway through the event through our 24 hours. But our goal was 85,000, so we're probably not going to make it, but we are still doing great, and having 60,000 at this point is still a wonderful event.
What does ACS do and Relay for Life do with the money it's raised? Well, right now, throughout the United States, there's 31 Hope Lodges. And a Hope Lodge is someplace that a family that's undergoing chemo treatment, if they don't have a place to stay, the patient and their caregiver can go and stay for free weeks on end. It helps them stay next to the hospital so they don't have expenses of a hotel and drive time and travel time. It's free for them, and there's 31 of those across the United States, and ACS is raising money to put more of those throughout the United States. Also, ACS has, and Relay for Life helps support Road to Recovery, and that is if you need a ride, if you're an ACS patient, a chemo patient, and you're undergoing treatment, if you need a ride to chemotherapy, you can call ACS and they will send a driver to you and get you to and from treatment. It just helps that person with that treatment. Another thing they do is that if you're undergoing chemo treatment and you need wigs or makeup, just give you some self-esteem, ACS provides those free of charge to anybody. You can call the ACS number, the 1-800 number, and get information day and night, 24 hours a day. It's manned by a live person, and you can ask them questions. They can direct you to the right location, from resources of how to pay your bills, insurance, what type of cancer, where to look for radiation treatment, where to look for chemo treatment, what's the local oncologist, all those things, and that's through the ACS, and that's what we're doing today. We're raising funds to support all those causes. Part of their process is research and development. How does that happen? There are 42 Nobel Peace Prize winners that ACS has funded. 42 fighting this disease, and it's an amazing thing. Your time, your energy, your money helps in that fight. Thank you again for fighting back. We will finish the fight this year.
When I was 6 years old, I was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma, which is a rare bone tumor, and it was in my right femur. And I went through a year of chemo treatments and then a surgery that removed 6 inches of my femur. And then I was cancer-free for about a year and then was re-diagnosed with the same kind of cancer, but this time it was in my right lung. And I went through another year of chemo treatments and this time radiation to get rid of all the cancers and stuff. Cancer research is what saved me, and the doctor told me that they removed 6 inches of my femur, and the doctor told me that if I would have been diagnosed a couple years earlier, they would have had to amputate my whole entire leg. So obviously research saved my leg also, and just the things that research does are amazing, and it saves lives. My first couple weeks of chemo treatments, I got a backpack filled with games, toys, and activities from the Gabby Krause Foundation, which is, they give backpacks filled with all that stuff in Colorado. And so my family and I were really touched by the gift and just loved it, and I took it every day to chemo to keep me occupied, and then so we decided to give back. And so we started Tatum's Bags of Fun, which is a nonprofit organization. We give backpacks full of games, toys, and activities to every child diagnosed with cancer in Indiana. We wanted to give back to our community and give back to all of the people who helped us, so the nurses, the doctors, and just help kids who are going through the same thing I went through and help them, get through it, get through their fight. We do a bunch of fundraisers and things like that to raise money, and people give us generous donations. Thank you to everyone who helped raise money today and walked to raise money for cancer research. It touched me, and it's touching millions of families all over who are affected by cancer.
Our theme for 2014 was board games and making our move against cancer. And again, we're filled with a lot of activities. We have Tanya and Phil Isaac who do a great job on our entertainment committee.
We have some of the best entertainment chairs out there. Phil and Tanya Isaac awesome entertainment chairs. And what happens is that they put together a schedule of events like none other.
We start at 10 a.m. The whole day is filled with different activities, different events. We ask that all teams do a different fundraiser so that we can make sure that we are bringing in as much money as possible and that we have as much of a variety here. We have a lot of different foods, we have different activities, we have a dunk tank.
We have some teachers that have put in it. We've had some notable people from Speedway that have put in it, and also just some kids out in the crowd that have wanted to sit in the dunk tank and raise money that way.
There's all kinds of fun things.
We have a jail. We typically have a jail. The townies, the Speedway police and the fire department have a jail that they put people in. We have a frozen t-shirt contest that the t-shirts are actually wrapped up and frozen, and then as a team you actually have to unthaw those t-shirts, and the team that gets it unthawed the fastest and gets it on somebody actually wins the contest. It's a great contest, especially when it's 85 degrees out, and it's a great way to cool off. It's a great contest. And besides those fun activities, there's just other fundraisers there are, from hamburgers and hot dogs to stuffed burritos to chili cheese fries to pickles on a stick to snow cones and cookies and beads that you can wear, scarves, buttons, you name it, it's probably out here. Anything related to relay, we're doing it.
The biggest thing that I think people like about coming to our event is the team that does the lap beads. And so even this year we've introduced an award for closing ceremonies for the person who walks the most during our event. That is a big deal for people at Speedway because they really do keep going 24 hours on this track. And so there's a lot of pride from those people who have walked that whole time.
We sell hamburgers and hot dogs. We're a family-run team. My sister made a pledge to herself and to her team that if she raised over $10,000, she would shave her head. And lo and behold, we had a lot of people step up to the plate, and she raised over $10,000. And you can actually go on YouTube and Google and just put in Relay for Life / Speedway Indiana, and you can see my sister's video of her shaving her head. It was an awesome experience.
Our event has 4 ceremonies that we do. We have our opening ceremonies where we ask all teams to come and join together at the beginning of the event. We have guest speakers. We have a fight back ceremony that actually takes place at 7 p.m. and we try to have a guest speaker for that. And that is a ceremony where we talk about what we're going to do to give back and to fight back against cancer. At 10 p.m. every year we have a luminaria ceremony where we light the track with bags with our loved ones' names on them, whether they are in memory, in honor, or in support of. And we have a ceremony in which we read all the names of the people that line our track, and we take time to honor those, and we reflect back on the ones that we've lost. And it's the most touching part of relay and why we relay.
And that's probably the most poignant ceremony that you have. It's where we get together and we talk about who we're doing this for, who we honor, who we remember, who we're fighting back for. We line the track up with bags filled with sand and have a candle. We talk about their names, we read their names, and then we walk a silent lap with those candle bags lit. It's a beautiful event. It's very poignant. It really helps us understand and to realize what this is about again. The Luminaria is one of those events that is just really, really special, very, very emotional. Again, it's about those people that we're honoring and we're celebrating and remembering. It's a great way to do that. And then right after that, we kick the music up and we get back to celebrating the fact that we have survivors here, celebrating life.
And then the next morning at 9 a.m. we have closing ceremonies, which just wraps up what we've done, and a lot of people are tired and it's full of emotion, and it just brings a point to what we've done and that we've represented that cancer never sleeps. While our event is focused on being a community event, we reach outside of our community as well. Today we had, and actually for the second year, we had Curtain Call Performing Arts come out, and they did a dance performance for us. And they are, they're located just right outside of Speedway, so they do have some dancers here, but it's about bringing people throughout the community in general, throughout our west side that come together. It just brings people outside of the community into our community, and they see what a community this is and what being part of this event means to us and how we can really come together in the fight against cancer. We have a great park here where our kids can come and play, and it just makes the event great, and it makes it very successful, and it makes it just for a really great time. No matter what's going on and no matter how great our entertainment is, our park makes for the best setting and brings this community together in one.
it's an awesome experience. We do it to honor the survivors that are here right now, walking these laps. There's no other experience like coming out to a relay. You can hear about it all day long, but until you experience it firsthand, it's just undescribable.